Okay, so this is now tarot lesson number 150. And I mentioned last time 149 added up to 114. So 15, 150. If you add 1 and 5 and 0, you get 6, which is the Lovers. So maybe this time we begin with the Lovers. In the Brotherhood of Light deck by C.C. Zane, which, if you're interested in combining astrology with the tarot, use his deck and his correlations, and they're available in a book called The Sacred Tarot. His astrology is miles better than the astrology you get with Aleister Crowley and with the Golden Dawn, because their stuff is kind of not very good. Anyway, so in the Brotherhood of Light deck, or the Church of Light deck, the number 6 trump, the Lovers, is called the Two Paths. And it shows you a young man standing at crossroads. On one side is his wife, who represents the new future to build and create. On the other side is his mother, who represents what he's been brought up to do or believe, or the way he's been brought up to act, and what has been taught and maybe accepted unconditionally. And so when the number 6 comes up, or when somebody picks the number 6, they're at a crossroads, and generally speaking, they have to think, or it's a good idea for them to think about where they've been and where they want to go, or what they've been brought up to believe and what they actually believe, and what kind of future they want to design for themselves. And that's the number 6 of the Lovers card. So it occurred to me, the Wish card came out. This is going to be a good one, I say. So people often want to know, questioners often want to know, should I do something? Like, should I get divorced? Should I marry? Should I quit my job? Should I go for a promotion? People often want to know, should they do something or not? And you go to a tarot reader and you say, should I get married to this person? And a lot of people don't like to answer that kind of question, because they think they're going to be telling the questioner what to do, even though in a tarot reading there's quite a lot of making suggestions about the best way to proceed, or what you ought to do, or what you could do, or what would be a good idea. So maybe with a should question, you could do a yes-no spread. If somebody really wants to know should they do it or not, and you're happy enough to give them an answer, what you can do is a yes-no spread. So you shuffle for a bit, and then you pick 3 cards. I'm just going to pick 3 at random here. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So a card we turn the card. A card that's upright from the point of view of the reader, like this 4 of Cups. If it's upright, it means yes. And so, should I get married? Yes, because. And then you look at the card itself to explain why they ought to do it, or why it's a good idea to do it. So, I'd rather go with that reversed for an interpretation, because it's what came up. But so, in this case, the 4 of Cups upside down, no, don't marry that person. Why not? Because you're looking at what you can see, but there's something else that you're missing. So maybe the cup here represents a better match for you, somebody else you're going to meet in the future, but you don't know them yet, or you know them and you're ignoring them. Or it could be with this 4 of Cups here, there's something odd or wrong or incompatible about the person you're thinking of marrying, and that's why there's a 4th cup, but it's off to the side and it's upside down. So no, don't marry them is one part of the answer. So one indication of no. The card in the middle counts for two yeses or 2 no's. If the card is upright, it means 2 yeses, right? So yes, marry them because you'll have children, you'll be happy, there'll be happy families. And this no is going to be maybe a little glitch or a little something you're not that happy about, that's going to be part of the total relationship of the marriage. But at this point, you've got 2 yeses and 1 no. And then the third card you turn over again, and here the card is upright, meaning yes. So should you marry this person? Yes, because you'll be well off, you'll be comfortable, you'll share. Coins is money, but also represents values. So you and the partner will share ideas about where you want to go or what you want to do or how you want to live your life or how you're going to bring up your children. Because that can be a difficulty that people face if one parent wants to let the children do what they want and the other parent is strict. Then, you can have a conflict between the parents because they've got very different ideas about child rearing or child upbringing. But here we've got yes, 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 and no. So 75% yes. So should you marry the person? The answer is 75% yes. You'll be happy, you'll be on the same page, and there will be a glitch periodically from time to time but because the card is upside down, if you ignore a difficulty between you, it'll get worse. So some people say never go to bed angry with each other. So if you have a fight or an argument, get it sorted out before you go to bed, before you go to sleep. And it won't be there in the morning hanging over you, causing even more problems. So that's one way of answering a should I question. Do a yes or no spread and use upright or reverse for a yes or a no, and the one in the middle counts for 2. Because you can get this, no, yes, yes, no. So the answer is maybe. And then it's up to the questioner to think about the strengths, the 10 of Cups, and the weaknesses, the 9 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups reversed, or in themselves, to decide whether what they're going to get outweighs what's going to go against them. And this is the kind of thing you can practice on your own. So you come up with the question, should I marry this person? And then you do a yes-no spread. I was thinking I got the same card again. And turn them over and see what you get. Yes, yes, and no. So this is 75% yes again, but the 2 cards for yes aren't as strong or aren't as desirable maybe. Because here you've got the Knight of Bastions. Yes, because it'll be adventurous. No, yes, because we have to make, this is a card of being restricted, but it's upright, and it's a yes to the question about should you marry. So yes, because you won't have to make decisions, but because the husband or the wife is going to make the decisions for you, and you're going to be happy with that. But watch out for the moon reversed, and you do something with that. So that's one way of answering a should question. The other way, or another way, is to do 2 spreads. And so let's say the question again is, should I marry this person? And so you choose 3 cards. If you marry them, 1, 2, 3, and you're looking at the 3 cards and telling the story of each card and maybe putting it all together. Maybe you're doing chronological order, this, then this, then this. But you, the reader, think about that beforehand. And you can tell the questioner that's what you're going to do. And maybe that would be appreciated by the questioner. So maybe we do, this is what's going to happen first. So yes, you should marry them because that's a wish card and it's upright. It's like all your wishes are going to come true. In the immediate, is number 9, 9 of Cups. The immediate 9 months after marriage is going to be wonderful. And you're going to be young and in love, or old and in love, but you're going to be in love, and that's the important point. And when you're in love, anything, you can forgive the other person anything, and you just put them on a pedestal and you worship them, because you know what it's like when you were 18 and in love. So yes, you should marry them because of the 9 of Cups. Or if you marry them, then it begins wonderfully. Then we've got the Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning. So after the honeymoon period, where everything is rosy and everything is wonderful, you get a new beginning, and it's upright and it's a coin. So it's like you go through the rosy period and it leads to a good place because you've now got and a fresh beginning, but not with cups, not with just emotion and you're in love, but here you're realistic as well, because Pentacles is money and values. So you recognize what you care about and what you want in a relationship, and you get it because the card is upright. And how does it develop? The Temperance card. Temperance is alchemy, and it's transformation, and it's becoming more than the sum of the individual parts. So it's a bit like you, and the other person is the other person, but you blend and you combine into this really magnificent, wonderful major trump, angel, angelic presence. It goes from good, better, best. So that's what will happen if you marry the person. And then you maybe do, that was part 1 of 2. And so the question was, what if you marry the person? And then you shuffle again briefly. And then you do, if you don't marry the person. 1, 2, 3. If you don't marry them, you get the 9 of coins. I need to look at, well, I was going to look at all 3 to get an idea of what it's like. But here, if we begin one at a time, I'm going to repeat the idea that this is the beginning, or this is the immediate aftermath of not marrying them, and then the next step in the next stage. So if you don't marry them, you'll be happy enough about it, because it's 9 of Pentacles. You're on your own, maybe, because this shows one individual on their own, but they're comfortable, they're in a garden, they're outside, it's a sunny day, so they're happy enough, they're confident within themselves, because coins is values and it's upright. So if you marry them, it looks good. If you don't marry them, then it still looks good, but it's the feeling of the good feeling represented by the 9 of coins is changed or challenged after a while. It happens to be a 9 as well. So maybe for 9 months, for 3/4 of the year, you're going to be okay. Then you've got the Knight of Pentacles upside down, the Knight of Batons upside down. Then you're going to get restless, and you're going to want something new and something different. And you're going to want to change. You're maybe going to want to travel. You're going to want to get on your horse and go places and be enthusiastic, but it's upside down. So you're going to find that you don't have much to be enthusiastic about, or you want to travel or you want to move around, but you can't because the card is upside down. So it's a good start. You're okay for a while. Then it kind of loses its flavor and its good taste. And then the third card is a star. This looks like a glitch between after the period of doubt or period of enjoyment or of being on your own and happiness. Then you're looking for something better, but you find it because the star is here and it's upright and it's the last card. So this dissatisfaction of maybe being stuck in the same place because you're on a horse and it's upside down, that's going to transform into a new lease on life, and you're going to be more motivated and inspired because it's the star card. So should you marry the person? Is it a good idea? Yeah, either way will work. Maybe because one way or the other, if you marry somebody, whoever it is that you marry, you're going to marry well. Because some people, your horoscope, the 7th house shows, it shows the condition of marriage. And some people have got a difficult 7th house, which shows it's not, you don't kind of find a compatible partner immediately, or even if you do find somebody compatible, you've got difficulties to go through with that individual for whatever reason. Whereas some people have got a really pleasant, hopeful, nice 7th house. So this looks like somebody, no matter who they marry, it's going to be good. And even if they don't marry somebody, they're going to find somebody else equally good, if not better, coming along after. So should you marry the person? Whatever you want. So that's an answer. That's one way of dealing with should I questions. Either do a yes, no, and see what you get, or else. Or the other thing is just to, instead of the short-term future, the mid-term future, and the long-term future, you could look at these 3 cards as describing what you will have to deal with if you don't marry the person. Because that was the question, should I marry this person? If you marry them, was what we got. If you don't marry them, then you'll be under the influence of, or you have to deal with the 9 of Pentacles. You have to deal with being on your own for a while. And so it's important for you to be self-motivated and find something you're interested in, something that you enjoy. So maybe you work, maybe you don't have any hobbies, so get a hobby or discover some kind of creative outlet. Creative because 9 is Mars, the planet. The number 9 is the planet Mars, which represents personal creative energy. So it's important for you to have a creative outlet or to express yourself creatively, one way or the other. That's what you need. That's going to be important for you. You'll also have to deal with the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Batons upside down. So you're going to be unable to travel around much or unable to explore. And so that can be the value and the importance of having a hobby or some kind of creative outlook that you can do on your own. So maybe watercolor, because you can do that on your own. You can take a class, but you can always set up an easel or a piece of paper somewhere and just draw. So something, an outlet, because you're not going to be able to move around that much. And maybe you had plans to travel the world. That's not going to happen. Or you're going to have to deal with something other than traveling the world or exploring new cities and going into different parts of the country that you live in. That's going to be awkward, or it's not going to work. You'll go there and not enjoy it. You thought you would, but you're not going to enjoy it that much. So travel is not going to be an outlet for you, whereas being at home and being creative, that is an outlet for you. And the third card, if you don't marry the person, you have to deal with being on your own, with being unable to travel, but with the star upright, you will be inspired, because the star is hope and inspiration. So you're going to be changing your life trajectory in some way so that you can be, you're going to get a new lease on life. You're going to have new ideas and see new possibilities for yourself. So maybe it's through this 9 of Pentacles that the hobby that you develop, you end up turning it into a career, because these two together can maybe equal the star. So you've got this going on in the background, this going on in the background, and they develop into you becoming a star, you becoming very good at what you do, becoming well known in your community or in your area or in your job. Maybe you do, if you're in a job that brings you into contact with other people, maybe you get advanced qualifications, or you're good at doing presentations, and people know you or come to you because they want something better, and you're able to provide it because you're represented by the star. So it looks like if you marry the person, it'll be good. If you don't marry them, looking at these 3 cards individually, then your life is going to turn into something very different, and you'll flourish and develop in different areas, or in a different area to the one that you're already involved with. And this could be professionally, because it's coins for money. So you could find that you don't marry the person, which means you're free to pursue personal projects that lead to a whole bigger, better, more fulfilling lifestyle and life for you. Okay, that was number 150. So I'll be back in a few days with 151 and an announcement. So you should tune in for the big announcement next time. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again. Okay, bye-bye.